to another video. Today we want to look at a certain problem here, touching regular and irregular polygon. So we want to look at how you can deal with the regular polygon questions and irregular polygon questions. But before we look at the problem that we have on the board, I want us to remind ourselves on some important things here that you're supposed to know before you tackle any question on the polygon. So if you have, let's just take any, it proceeds like that. So you realize that a polygon has got internal angle, which is interior, and when you extend one of this way, then the other one becomes exterior angle. So the question is, how can you determine one exterior angle? So the first important thing that you're supposed to know, how to get an exterior angle. So for you to get an exterior angle, then you only take 360 degrees, then you divide by n, whereby n is the number of sides of the polygon, of any polygon that you are talking about, of the polygon. Number two, total sum of angles of any polygon. So total sum. So we don't know how many interior angle of a polygon. So don't say 180 the way most of the students make a mistake, 180, 360. No, it all depends with the number of sides, because a polygon is just a general name. So it can have 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides, So it all depends with the number of sides. That's why for you to get the sum, then it is 90 into 2n minus 4. Or you can also use 180 into n minus 2 when I take 2 outside. You see? Still the same. So that's the formula that you are supposed to be using when you want to get the total sum of the angles of a polygon. Number 3. How can we get an interior angle? One interior angle of a polygon. How do you get one interior angle of a polygon? So that is just the total sum, which is 90 into 2n minus 4. Then you divide by n, whereby n is the number of sides of that polygon. I hope we together, you guys. Number 4, again, that you're supposed to understand is that if you have an interior angle plus an exterior angle, then this one should give you 180 degrees. So when you can see their angle on the straight line, the interior angle plus exterior angle should give you 180. As you can see, it was the angles on a straight line add up to 180. Now, another one, which is the last one, which is the important thing that we are going to apply when you're dealing with the irregular polygon, is that when you want to get the number of triangles formed by a polygon, or you talk about the number of angles, or the number of sides, or the number of angles, so you just take n minus 2. When you take n minus 2, then you get the number of triangles formed in that polygon. And also we can even test that how many this is a triangle, and you can see it is only one triangle which is there. But how many sides does it have? So 1, 2, 3. So when you take 3 minus this 2, you get 1, and you can see it is a 1 triangle. So these are the things that you're supposed to know before you tackle any question of a polygon, you guys. So I want us now to go back to the question so that we see how we can deal with them. So let's just rub here. I hope you have taken note this formula somewhere. So let's look at the question 1, which is the sum of an interior angles of a regular polygon. So take note, this one is regular polygon is 24 times the size of exterior angle. Find the number of sides of that. So we've seen that the sum of interior angles is 90 into 2n minus 4. And then we are being told it is 24 times the exterior angle. And we know the exterior angle we have just seen, it is 360 divided by n. So that is the question that we're supposed to form, you guys. Very cheap and very sweet. So after forming that, now you can just now open up the bracket and get the value of n which you are asked. So let's open up the bracket here. We get 180 n minus 360 is equal to, when we multiply, let's use our calculator to multiply that one out. Let's use our calculators to multiply that one out. So we have 24 multiplied by 360. Then we get 8,640 over n. So we can cross multiply. When we cross multiply, we get 180 n squared minus 360 n is equal to 8,640. So we can reduce that equation. As you can see, it is now quadratic equation. We can reduce it by dividing both sides by 180, 180, and 180. So when we divide both sides by 180, we get n squared minus, that is 2, minus 2n is equal to, let's use our calculator to divide it out. Divide by 180, we get 48 is equal to 48 is equal to 48. So let us make it in the form of the quadratic equation. That one becomes n squared minus 2n minus 48 is equal to 0. So we have the quadratic equation on the board, and I believe that you know how to factorize or solve the quadratic equation. So here you look for the two numbers a and b, that when you add them gives you the coefficients of n, which is -2. But the same numbers, two numbers, when you multiply them, gives you the coefficients of n squared, which is 1, multiply the value of c, which is 48, and that one becomes -48. Then you look for the two numbers. The two numbers, when you take -6 plus 8, -8 plus 6. -8 plus 6 gives us -2, and the same -8 multiplied by 6 gives us -48. So the -8 and 6 are the numbers that we need. So we use this one, we use the one with a plus or a negative to replace it there, So what do we have? So we have n squared minus 8n plus 6n minus 48 is equal to 0. So can we now factorize this one out? N into n minus 8 plus 6 out, n minus 8 out is equal to 0. So I want you to take note that when you are factorizing a quadratic equation, whatever in the bracket must be the same. And take the note, must be the same. So this one we have n plus 6 and n minus 8 is equal to 0. So we can now finalize it here. N plus 6 is equal to 0, n is equal to -6, or n minus 8 is equal to 0 and n is equal to 8. Now, remember we have the two values of n, but the number of sides of anything cannot be a negative. You cannot count the numbers and you get negative value. The number of something must be a positive value. So n that we are told to find is 8 sides. So that is the solution to the first question. And I hope you've enjoyed that. Let's go to the second question very fast and see how we can tackle it. So the question also reads the size of two interior angles, so of irregular polygon. So as you can see, this is now irregular polygon, but we told that the first one is 90. The first one is 90. The second one also is 90. But the remaining we don't know there are how many remaining there. But now each is 150. So it is 150 n minus 2. Remember, this formula n minus 2 can also apply to get the number of interior angles which are there. The number of interior angles which are there. This one is equal to the total sum of the interior angle. And we said it is 90 into 2n minus 4. So that is the equation that you're supposed to form. So after forming that, you can just add and get the value of n, which is the number of sides. So that one becomes 180 plus, open up the bracket, 150n minus 300 is equal to 180n minus 360. So let's collect the like terms. 180 minus 130, we get 120, negative 120, plus 150n is equal to 180n minus 360. So let's open up the, let's collect the like terms. 150n minus 180n is equal to negative 360 plus 120. So 150 minus 180, we get minus 30. N is equal to negative 240. Negative 360 plus 120, we get negative 240. So divide by negative 30, divide by negative 30, we get our n to be 8. We get our n to be 8 sides that we are asked. 8 sides. So as easy as such. And this is how we mark it. If you're forming this equation very well, having the way it is on the board, then we are giving you method 1. If you coming up with the linear equation until you are collecting the like terms, we are giving you bonus 1. If you getting the correct answer, which is 8 sides, then we give you answer 1. As easier as A, B, C, D, you guys, as you can see. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And let's leave it at that particular point until the next time. Bye bye.